Tip, yeah, Tip can join us whenever he can get here, okay? So I will call the meeting to order, and we don't have any alternates, so we don't have to worry about that. Are there any additions or changes in the order of the agenda?
Nope.
Okay, very good. We have any communication or correspondence? None? Okay, very good. And our first, audience of citizens. We have a few people here tonight that we can talk to when we get a chance with their applications. So we'll do that. Okay, so the first item here is the approval of the meeting minutes of July 7th, 2025. That was our regular meeting of the minutes. Do I hear a motion to approve that?
Motion to approve.
Okay,
Seconded.
all in favor, raise your hand.
Aye.
So moved, okay. And the second special meeting minutes was the site walk of July 14th in 2025. Do I hear a motion to approve that?
I'll move to approve.
Okay, second.
Oh, I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
I'm going to abstain. I'm sorry I missed that.
Ian, you voted for it, right?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so under new business, we got the application of Wentworth Civil Engineering to construct some, I'm not sure what SFD is. What is
Single family dwelling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In the upland review area, 50 Aridoni Road, okay? You want to give us a little bit of background in that, Savannah?
Yeah, sure. So, this is the lot is a pre-existing rear lot. So there was a house on this lot. So the proposal is for a much larger home. It has to meet 30-foot setbacks for zoning because it's pre-existing rear lot. And it does appear they will need to go to ZBA for a variance because the house that they are proposing is bigger than the 10% threshold that they are allowed. That aside, wetlands wise, it's pretty cut and dry. Any single family home in the lake area, it's similar to that. There aren't any wetlands on site. It's just the lake. So they're in the 200-foot upland review area of the lake. There's no proposed dock as it stands now or any work in the lake bed.
Very good. So I need a motion to accept the application.
I'll make
Will
them.
Okay.
will the application require a site visit?
We will
Oh.
probably go to it, yes.
Okay, I'm just,
Yeah.
so we're accepting an application.
We're-
I do have a quick point of order.
Yes,
Savannah, did you say it's a ZBA?
It's gonna need to go to ZBA. Yeah.
Should ZBA go before wetlands? What's the procedure? Having done this before 20
It's a
years
good
ago.
question and one that I myself asked John before our meeting. And yes, it technically should go before ZBA first. However, we can still accept the application and hear it. But if ZBA doesn't approve it after us, then the applicant will have to come back with a new layout for us to approve whatever ZBA will allow.
Okay, so it could be contingent on ZBA approval.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh? The bathing suit is in the car. So if you want to start it.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. It's very garbled.
I think it was background noise. I think there was some background noise. But yeah, so he could go through the wetlands process because he submitted an application to us, but if anything changes after the ZBA hearing, he'd have to resubmit
Okay,
and that application wouldn't be valid, obviously.
thank you.
we accepted the application and I guess we have a little summary from Savannah. So we'll go on to the next item because I don't think we can act on that until next meeting.
I'm sorry, but did is it Wentworth, have something to say?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
I think he's the applicant.
Yes, okay, yeah, did you want to say something?
He may be muted.
Yeah, okay. We don't hear anything.
He's not muted.
Yep, you're muted.
No, he's not.
There you go.
Is your
Nope.
speaker on? What?
Still can't hear you.
Ah,
Can't hear you.
Volume on the mic.
How about now? Anything now?
there you go.
Hey,
Mhm.
sorry, I had to change the microphone settings on my computer. Good evening. For the record, Wes Wentworth. I just wanted to comment about your ZBA question. We're going to Zoning Board of Appeals for a special exception. That's the same as going in a zoning law standpoint. Again, I'm not a lawyer's engineer, but 30 years experience. It's the same as going for a special permit before a planning and zoning commission.
Correct.
Actually, they can't vote until the Wetlands Commission votes. So it's actually opposite.
Ah.
You guys need to vote before we have to submit at or before the same time which we haven't submitted to them yet. But you need to vote before they can act. So I just want to clarify that it's not a variance we're going for. It's just a special exception, which is the process that the Columbia zoning regulations lay out.
Ah, and it's a special exception for,
Building coverage over
Okay.
10%, as Savannah had said, and that's allowed
okay,
for it's all broken down different types of rear lots based on
Correct.
size,
correct,
rear
yeah.
lots, etc. So that's what we're going under.
So a rear lot is 10%.
Yes, I
Coverage.
can.
A
Okay,
real lot of record.
It gets pretty
Yeah.
pretty finicky, but it's broken down on the cover sheet of the plans.
yes, okay, thank you.
We can't vote on the application yet. We have to wait till the next meeting.
No, but we can schedule a site visit, which I
So a
think.
site visit would be, right.
We'll schedule a site walk, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. All right, next item is the application of Michael Armstrong for a seawall repair at 4 Sunny Slopes Road, IWWC 2526-10. You want to give us a little bit of background on that, Savannah?
Yeah, I don't think, is Mike here? I don't see his name. Okay, so this started off as violation. There were one letter sent, and then Mike called me and I visited his property. He had removed a portion of the seawall that was closest to the dock, without any permit. There appears to be maybe a little more seawall that was maneuvered to the edge of his property where there's kind of a beachy area. So seawall was moved around and taken out. So I informed him he needed a permit to perform that work from both us and LMAC via Board of Selectmen. I don't know if they have received a permit application from him yet. This is our permit application for that work that's already been done.
Yeah, I don't think LMAC has seen an application from Mr. Armstrong. It would have come to my our subcommittee and we haven't seen it.
Yeah, okay. He may not be in attendance because he knows it's not going to be voted on tonight. I'm not sure. But he is aware that we're hearing it, obviously.
What's the next step?
Well,
Savannah.
We'll be going on a site walk very soon. And check it out.
Scheduling the site walk is next, and then of course you open the public hearing,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
that's when there's discussion on, if you allow the work or anything you want to add to it.
You have to put that in the newspaper, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, next item, 7.3, the application of John Osaki and Joseph Pratt for a laydown area at 0 Route 6. In the rear.
John, do you want to accept the last one first?
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you could give us a quick summary of that.
No, just accept the last one.
I make a motion to accept the
Oh, yeah.
permit.
Okay, second. All in favor, raise your hand.
Aye.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, the next one is the application of John Osaki and Joseph Pratt for a laydown area at 0 Route 6. I think he wants to put in a 60-foot by 40-foot area basic
Yeah,
building for his, area there, yeah, for
So-
whatever his business is. I think he sells things to, people,
that one, John, has already been approved.
oh, okay.
That showroom, you're talking about the showroom for Target Enterprises.
Oh,
This
right.
is, yeah, this is a laydown area for their materials. So this is also a violation. The laydown area is already there. Millings were put in place, and it's kind of grown over because we sent an enforcement order and a stop work order, so they're not working on it, they're not maintaining it. We asked them to come forward with an application, which they have done. But the work is within the 100-foot upland review area of wetlands that are adjacent to Hop River. I don't think there's hydraulic connection. There might be, but they are adjacent to Hop River, and the work is within our review.
That's in the same area as the, scrap place that,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's off of Roses Bridge Road. Mm-hmm.
okay.
Savannah, is there still a public hearing on that for planning and zoning?
There will be. So
Okay,
there's two projects on this site, if anyone's confused. There's the road that
I am.
enters from Roses Bridge Road, and up from that road towards Route 6 is a different project entirely.
okay,
And they are not within our review. So
Okay.
within our review is the work behind the road towards Hop River.
got it. Thank you.
Okay, and again, we will be setting up a site walk for that. So we have 3
We got a
sites.
lot of sidewalks.
Yeah.
Savannah, for when we meet, is it possible to pull the past permit that we had for John's scrap metal? I'm just thinking for consistency on how we approach that.
Sure. Yeah, I can look and see what we have in John Scrap. No problem.
I don't know if any of the other fellow members remember, but we did have a permit back there. I want to say maybe it was 5 years ago or so.
Wouldn't have been on the board.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if that's a different lot. But if it is a different lot, so this permit application kind of extends over the 2 lots. I'll look and see.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I guess we can get into old business. We did accept the application.
You want to accept that one, John? Sorry,
Okay,
sorry.
so do I have a motion to accept that application?
Motion.
Okay, thank you, Mary. Second,
I'll second it.
thank you, Ron. All in favor, raise your hand.
Aye.
Okay, so moved. So under old business, we got the application of, USS Vineyard Solar LLC for site improvements associated with the construction of a ground-mounted solar array at 468 Route 87. Do you want to give us some background on that, Savannah?
Yeah, so this has been kind of ongoing. They wanted to do a direct drill under the road that leads up to the proposed solar array to put the conduit under the road. They've since modified it. And now it will go over the road, and that was per kind of discussion with this commission as a recommendation to either modify to meet the engineered specs for the type of road, or they decided to change it to a simple overhead line, more simple overhead line, I'd assume, but I won't speak to simplicity. So we have new plans for that, and they are now the plan of record, and I can pull them up if you guys would like me to.
Yeah, let's take a quick look.
Okay. Give me 1 sec.
And, okay.
Okay. So I'm just, if anyone from USS Solar can tell me what page exactly this shows on.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, I think it was page 11. Keep going.
Is this it? There's the roof.
I
Upland
have it
review.
too. I think you've gone too far.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Go about halfway up and then probably another 10th on the right-hand side. You see the cursor. I can also share my screen.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yep, keep going. Keep going.
This one,
Almost there. I think it might be the next one.
I see the polls on here, but
Nope, keep going. Well, right here. Yep. Perfect. There it is. Yep.
you pointed out
So-
to me. Oh, overhead. Here we go. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, as Savannah mentioned, we have formally implemented the design that we were kicking around at last meeting in July, and adjusted. We essentially did away with the access road approach and boring underneath the culvert, and adjusted to a two-pole overhead span in order to abide by the NEC code per the recommendation of the commission. So we, officially implemented this design into the plans and designed it so that the poles are north of the access road so that no vehicular traffic would have to go underneath them. And yeah, that, as Savannah mentioned, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple design, and we are outside of any wetlands there as well, so there should be no wetland impacts. So that's it.
Questions on this? Anybody have anything they want to say? It sounds like a fix for at least burying the cables. So,
I'd like to thank the applicant for hearing the concerns and addressing them.
okay,
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate your feedback, Mr. Dan. That was I'm glad we came to a resolution here.
That's good.
okay, do we have a summary ruling for that?
I do. So let's see, I'm gonna skip over the typical ones, but I can read in the rest. So this summary rulings for site improvements associated with the construction of a ground-mounted solar array at 468 Route 87.
Ontario, Canada, with
credential
recognition.
Do you guys hear anything? Okay.
Heard a radio or something.
Yeah. Okay, so there's the standard conditions, and then we're gonna require maintenance practices necessary to ensure proper functioning of erosion and sediment controls. As depicted on the site plan, controls should be monitored prior to forecasted rain events and after rain events of 3/4 inch or greater. And then the applicant, USS Solar, is assigned the responsibility for implementing the erosion and sediment control plan, including installation and maintenance if anything gets damaged. And that's pretty much it. It's a 3-year permit.
Okay, any questions before we make a motion here? If not, do I hear a motion for the summary ruling?
I'll
That's
move
it.
that we accept that ruling.
Okay, second on that,
Second,
in favor, raise your hand.
Aye.
Very good. Okay, so move. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay, next item under old business is, let's see, 45 Sleepy Hollow Road. Okay, IWWC 2425-23, application of Wesley Wentworth for a new home at 45 Sleepy Hollow Road. And we did take have a site walk there on 7/14/25. You want to give us a little bit of background on that? So
Yeah, sure. This is for a single family home. We did the site walk and we didn't see any issues when we were on site. We did inspect a swale that is on the side of the property, and we asked that they maintain that swale. So I worked that into the summary ruling conditions. And from a zoning perspective, I had a few things that I needed to correct on the nutrient allocation plan with Wes, and we worked together on that, and that is all set and signed. So, yeah,
okay,
that one's good.
and we must have a summary ruling on that, right?
We do. So standard conditions and then, let's see. So we have the applicant shall adhere to the signed and approved nutrient allocation plan signed on 7/23/2025, which identifies measures for reducing stormwater runoff into the lake. Special consideration for the lake shall be given, designated as an area of special concern in Columbia's wetland regulations. Maintenance practices necessary to ensure the proper functioning of erosion and sediment controls will be employed, including routine monitoring, removal of sediment, repairs if necessary. We require 3/4 inch or greater rainstorm. And then the applicant, Wesley Wentworth, is assigned responsibility for implementing these permit conditions. We did identify soil erosion control such as silt fence, straw bales, or compost filter sock. So I just want to put in mind, because I think I saw hay bales on one of this applicant's plans, that we're not a proponent of those because they can carry invasive species. So.
You have a summary ruling for that application?
You want to see it? Do you want me to share it?
Yes, please.
Well, she just read it, John.
I just read it, but I can share it on the screen if you need me to.
Yeah, all right. So do I hear a motion? Do I have a motion to accept the summary ruling? I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'll make a motion.
A second,
Second.
all in favor, raise your hand.
Aye.
Okay. So moved. Thank you. Thank you, Wes.
Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay, now, the last item under old business is IWWC 2526-04, Brian Goodreal to fill a pond at 29 Chewanick Road, and we had the sidewalk there on 7/14/25. Want to give us a little background on that first?
Yeah, and I'll just share the site plan because this one might warrant some discussion. So we went out to the site and observed the pond. We took a look at the soils and identified that they are wetland soils at this point. So it might be a man-made pond, but the soils indicate that it is now a wetland. And we saw this berm location where there is stockpiled soil from where they removed it to make the pond. So the proposal is that this pond be filled with this prior stockpiled soil. I will say it's currently a vegetated berm, and there are obviously wetlands surrounding the area.
Okay, very good. Any discussion on that? I was wondering, we didn't see any frogs or any life of any aquatic life, so I was just wondering, I don't think it could be what do we call them?
Vernal pool?
Vernal
Yeah,
pool. Yeah.
vernal pool. So that's my opinion. Does everybody have the same opinion? Or not? When we looked at the area. So,
I'm sorry, I missed that site visit. I have no comment.
okay. So,
Yeah, we didn't see any frogs or anything. I didn't see, I searched for egg masses earlier in the spring in May and didn't find any. And I didn't see, normally you see like woody vegetation in a vernal pool. I didn't see anything like that the frogs could kind of hang their egg masses on, so.
Savannah, did you or anyone else note any pros, cons, or cons to not fill it in?
So I can't rule out that it isn't in fact a vernal pool. You know, I've done vernal pool surveys in my prior work, and typically, I mean, it depends on the year. It's so variable. Sometimes you'll find egg masses in March. Sometimes you'll find them in late April. I didn't go out there until May, so I can't fully say it's not. I'd say that might be the one con, is that we don't know 100% for sure. I think there's a little bit of a hydrologic connection between it and the wetlands. So you might want to protect that. And then there's no dewatering plan. So that was kind of something of note that we would need to see before work could begin.
So further study is needed?
That's one choice you can make. Yeah, I mean, some of the physical evidence that I would typically see in a vernal pool, I didn't see here. I just can't 100% rule it out without being there at the exact right time of year.
Hmm.
Hi, folks. This is Brian. I'm the applicant, and thanks everyone for visiting the site and looking at this. If I could just say too, a couple other considerations. We have a separate agent approval in place already to construct the single family home that's shown on this this plan. So I think, you know, from my perspective as the builder, right? I would like to make a decision. We're going to build the house with the pond or without the pond, right? I would prefer, from a safety perspective, for the prospective resident here, may have small children. It's something we'd really like to try and do away with if we can do it in the right way. You know, if we have to wait until March or April, we probably will just abandon this application altogether, because by then I hope to have the house completed. So, you know, I just wanted to put that out there just in case we were considering, you know, putting a hold on this until spring of next year.
We can take another look at it and check out to see if it is a vernal pool.
I know it was drying up when we were out there last. Brian, have you been on site recently? Do you know
Yeah,
what's?
I was out there this morning, because I knew we were going to be having this discussion. There's still about at least 1.5 to 2 feet of water in that pond, and it's been pretty dry.
Mhm.
So to me, that, I mean, if it's got water now, I'm not a soil scientist, but it most likely, in my experience, would have water, you know, year round all the time, which would also support the fact that it is most likely not a vernal pool. But again, not surefire evidence there either with that.
Yeah, vernal pools can have water year round.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a common misconception. Sometimes they can. They cannot have fish, which this does not have fish.
But vernal pools typically dry up. And
They
what,
dry, so there has to be some drying, right? Which there is some, but they don't have to completely dry out to be considered a vernal pool.
I'm just curious of the history. It's characterized as a man-made pond. Do we know when and why this was, this came about? And does that impact or not?
I can share what I was told from the individual we're purchasing this lot from. If you can see in the site plan here, right where the proposed house is, there's an old stone footing there. There was a person that had, I don't think it was ever an actual house, it was more of a camp or a shelter. And they had dug the pond to accompany that shelter, probably, you know, in excess of 30 years ago, as a recreational pond, is what I was told from the previous landowner.
Savannah, what's involved in a dewatering plant?
Yes.
Yeah, good question. So it's up to the applicant to propose what they think that is feasible, but from our standpoint, we'd want to make sure that they're dewatering in an upland area and that there are measures in place to ensure that none of that sediment water trickles down to the associated wetlands. So sometimes that's like straw bales set up at different points along the route where the water would kind of run back towards the wetland to clean it before it gets there. Because typically the water is taken out, but it's not removed off site. So they want it to go, you know, back into the site, which is fine. There just has to be ways to clean it before it goes, you know, all the way to the wetland and causes sedimentation to the wetland.
And we'll provide, I mean, if it sounds like the direction is to move forward with the approval, we would provide a full dewatering plan for review and approval that was acceptable.
So I'm just want to make sure I'm hearing this right. That the reason why you're looking to fill it is the thought on a future owner may not like it.
Correct. Yeah, safety hazard and aesthetics, really.
I just wonder if there's a concern on that. Why would we not let that future, if you're a developer and it's the here and now, why are we making a decision on a future thought?
I think
Well,
he's saying it might be more marketable without the
Wait.
pond.
Exactly.
Is it a future thought, or is this house being built specifically for someone who's already said it's a safety issue and there's a concern?
It's a future thought. I mean, we build
Okay.
houses to sell, and we're
Sure.
anticipating that, and we've done surveys, we've done analysis on this. About 80% of our prospective market will not be open to having a pond like this one in the yard.
Ah, understood.
So.
Hmm.
Guess,
Savannah or anyone, is there a downside to filling this in? If there's a good plan in terms of the dewatering that you've just discussed?
I think that's entirely up to the commission. I mean,
Okay.
there's still that small potential that it's a vernal pool and you lose that breeding habitat for, delicate species, but
Yeah,
we have no evidence right now to support that.
okay.
Is there anything that's part of the
Nice.
permit to offset the loss? Or is it is it a net loss proposal?
Yeah, you mean like some recreation of wetlands? No, there's
Yeah,
no
or
recreation.
anything of value ahead of, like, a buffer above the main wetlands to help protect any runoff from anything else. I'm just trying to think of, instead of being a total loss for the
Yeah,
ecosystem, is there something that could be put in place to help it, like a rain garden or something to that effect to deal with the runoff?
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
that's something you could propose that the applicant come back with. That seems valid to me, at least native plantings.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'd like to see, it's being removed for a market. I think we should see something to help to mitigate that loss, and not a planting plan of just dropped on. It should be something designed and spent some time on designing. It shouldn't just be what you can buy at Home Depot at a quart size gallon.
Good thought.
well, what's the feeling on taking a vote on it tonight to see what people think about letting them throw it in?
Well, would it be contingent on, was that Ian, whoever just mentioned, that there be some sort of an ecological or environmental rainforest or whatever, as well as the dewatering?
I think that would be a good idea, sure. Would help offset it.
I mean, I think if we had to vote on the permit in front of us today, I think I personally would be voting no. But if there was something else part of the
Correct.
permit to offset that, then it's for discussion. But I think they got to come up with that first.
Understood.
Well, if you could come up with something, Brian, we could talk about it at our next meeting and approve the fill-in if it's acceptable.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it sounds like if we have a dewatering plan and some give back, right? Whether it's
Yes.
plantings, some other means, whatever it is, I'll work with our engineer to come up with that. And we resubmit that prior to next meeting, then we'll have potentially an opportunity to have the committee vote on that.
Yes.
You're here.
Okay. Yep, that sounds like a reasonable request. We'll certainly do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you all.
Thank you.
All right, audience of citizens, anybody there that wants to say anything? Nope. Okay.
I think they all left.
Open discussion. We have any open discussion?
As I recall, and Savannah, I think you sent an email out. there is the ability for this commission to be an enforcement or have enforcement responsibilities. I don't know if we're prepared to talk about that. I just know that you did send an email saying, yes, we can.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah. Wait, so it's allowable under the state statutes and Columbia's rules and regulations, essentially, that we could do it. And so we would have to have an ordinance. We'd have to come up with a finding structure. There's a limit to how much you could fine someone per day. It's something I could work on if that's what you are interested in. I also sent out just an enforcement flow chart so that you could see, you know, what kind of how I could go against violations, what my role is. So if you have any questions on that, but I think the main question is if we want to institute a fine ordinance, and that's something for you all to discuss.
I guess, Savannah, to that, one question I have is, you know, as soon as you assess a fine, there's always the ability for somebody to fight it and to get lawyers, attorneys involved. Does the unit or does the town have any funding to be able to defend the decisions, or I just would hate to get into a situation where we're assessing fines and then they fight it and we're in court and we don't want to fight it because we don't have the money to fight it, and it is all for naught kind of thing.
I hear you. I can speak from a zoning perspective because we do fine people and we have taken things to court. I can say majority of people do not want to hire a lawyer or have the financial maybe ability to hire a lawyer. So I don't think it happens that frequently. I haven't seen it happen since I've been in Columbia, and I haven't heard of it happening. However, we do have a town attorney, and I have gone to court with the town attorney against someone for a zoning violation. And what happens if they've, you know, these fines have built up over time and we have to get the attorneys involved, we go to court, you know, if they lose, then a lien gets placed on their house for the amount of fines that they owe the town. And the end goal is that, you know, they clean up whatever violation they have. So at that time, if it gets all the way to the court issues a judgment, and that has a little more power. The town can go in and clean up for them or something of that nature so that we get the violation taken care of. But, you know, the initial recourse of just instituting fines, I've worked in Massachusetts where every town had a fine structure, and I would commonly send fines out for violations in the wetlands. And normally people would just call me as soon as they got the fine and fix it. I think it was just an extra little push. So.
Hear, hear. Unfortunately, I think we need it from an enforcement point of
I
view.
think so too.
Some people just ignore.
Mm-hmm.
Give them one chance, and then after that, I think the fine should be.
Sure. But that's part of Savannah's flow chart, is it
Yeah.
not? That she's sending out a letter, she's warning them, et cetera, et cetera. So we kind of have a step care approach in terms
Yeah.
of you get to enforcement with the fines after the fact.
Yeah, like 2 violation letters or a violation and then a cease and desist and then a fine.
Yeah.
So,
I see that's the next item on our agenda here is a sample enforcement flow chart. You have one?
Thank you.
it's in the packet here. I can pull it up. Hang on 1 second. All the way at the bottom. Hold on. I thought it was a neat flow chart. I did not make it, I will say.
I think I have.
Oh, it's right at the bottom. Okay. Share. Okay,
Ah,
there you go. So, violation detected. Is immediate court action warranted? Most likely the answer is going to be no for that one. I was struggling to think of a case where I would go to the court right away for wetlands violation, but maybe you can think of something. Have to be pretty severe. So then you issue either a notice of violation or a citation. I mean, my my tendency, I guess you can issue an order too. You have three options here. My tendency is this side. I'm not the type of person who's gonna issue a citation right away. If that's the way the commission feels, that's one thing, you know, I'm happy to discuss it, but I would issue a violation, and then if they don't respond to that, issue an order. And if the order is not complied with, then you have to seek fines. You jump over here.
Mhm.
So we'd have to, if we wanted to do this, and if you guys want to think about it, that's completely fair. We'd have to create an ordinance and then Board of Selectmen would have to approve it. So I'd have
Okay.
to work with Mark and them on that.
Any questions?
Is the word order a standard term? I mean, is that a legal term?
Enforcement order?
Yeah, well, it just says order, but
Oh, yeah, it does just say order. Yeah,
it stands to reason, of course, that the order is telling them to do something. But I don't know that that's standard. I don't know anything about it, actually.
what I've seen is the enforcement order is the last, it's like your last chance to remedy it before you get fines.
Yeah,
And this is saying we have to report to DEEP to, if we're gonna issue an enforcement order.
Oh, is that a
Yeah.
state compliance?
We report, so we do this form, this activity reporting form, we do it for every project that comes before us, admin
Okay.
approval or regular. So this is just saying if you issue an enforcement order, you also have to do that form for DEEP.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think we should at least continue the discussion and maybe ask Savannah to have a preliminary discussion with Mark Walter.
No problem, no problem. Okay, very good.
I would say the only other question that I have is, Savannah, have you seen like what surrounding towns are doing for the fee structure or the fine structure?
Yeah, I did take a quick look. I think I sent you one town. Is it Middlefield? Something like that. And they weren't huge. I want to say it started at $50 a day. It's not small either, but it's got to be enough, I think, to make people come forward.
Mm-hmm. To entice them.
Let me see if I can find that fee structure. Yeah. Definitely not talking about like $1,000 a day or anything. Mary Kay, do you happen to have that from the email I sent you?
Oh, okay.
I would say my only question would be is if we ever got to a point of having to get the town to get, for argument's sake, to go and install 100 feet of silt fence, what would that cost our public works group? Because I wonder if the fee structure should kind of align with
Oh,
What-
Coverage
interesting.
for that.
that's
what
a
it would
good,
cost to stabilize a
that's a
site.
good point.
Good point.
That is a good idea. Yeah, and if we ever got to the point where, you know, they didn't respond to the fees and we needed to go to court, we'd
Yep.
want to make sure it's sufficient enough. That's a very
Yep.
good point.
And I think it would probably be more defendable than just throwing a dart at a dollar value. It's, you know, it's backed
Yeah.
up. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here,
I like
here.
it.
I mean, to be quite honest with you, I can only guess how much the public works guys or people get paid, but I'm willing to bet to install 100 feet of silt fence is probably upwards of at least in the $500 range.
Mhm. Okay, I'm writing that down so I can include it if you all agree. I think that's a great point. Well, so I can have the kind of start the conversation with Mark Walter and see exactly what we need, and then we can talk again next meeting. It's up
Yeah.
to you all.
Thank you.
No
Thank you
problem.
very much.
No problem.
All right, last one is the administrative reports, and we have quite a few of them.
Hmm.
You want to give us a background on that, Savannah? All of your,
My administrative reports, let me scroll up. I think one of them was for pondweed removal. It just came in late. Let me get there. Yeah. Pondweed removal. They didn't come in late, as in they still met the deadline of July 15th, but it didn't make it in time for the last meeting. So that was just our pilot program for pondweed removal. And then the single family home at 10 Hop River Road. So this is a home, it's quite an extensive plot of land. We discussed moving his house a little further outside the upland review area so that he could avoid actually coming before the commission, which he did. So there's like a very small corner in the upland review area. There's a steep slope on the property, but moving it kind of away from it allowed me to give him an admin approval. Then the 7 Sadlawn Road, they have a concrete slab for a hot tub. This was in a maintained existing lawn, so pretty easy admin approval. It's right next to a patio with an existing pool, and it's only 10 by 10. And then Dan Brown is going to be installing a new septic system in Leachfield. He has kind of like a wet meadow really in his backyard. It's pretty. So he is working in the 100-foot upland review area of that. He is not in a lake zone or anything like that.
Very good. Okay. So now I guess we should make a
There we go.
for our site walks. And
How many do we have? 3?
we have 3, yeah. I would hope that maybe the 11th or the 12th of August would be acceptable. One of those.
I can't make next week.
I would say neither can I. I'm on vacation.
Oh, okay. What about the 18th and 19th then?
Yep.
Wide
good.
open, wide
I'm
open.
good. I'm
That's
good.
dangerous.
All right.
Oh, it won't stay open.
I know.
You prefer the 18th, a Monday or a Tuesday?
Either day right now.
Why don't we do Monday?
Yeah.
Okay, Monday, the 18th.
IWWC site visits.
Yeah.
About what time do we start?
4 o'clock. That
4
good?
o'clock.
Is it possible to start closer to 4:15? It's just tough to get from stores over.
Yeah, we can make it
Sure.
4:15.
Sure.
Sorry. I know I'm asking for a lot.
I know that route really well. Takes 20 minutes.
Thank you.
Good.
Very good.
Do you guys want to start it? Is it 50 Erdoni? Is that the first one?
Where are we going? Erdoni?
Sunny Slopes, and then Route 6.
Yeah, you could start at Sunny Slopes, then go to Erdoni. They're right next to each other almost, so either or.
Cool.
Good.
Which is 50 Aridoni Road. Then we had
4 Sunny Slopes.
Sunny Slopes and the Route 6 would be the last one.
He has a gate he needs to open for us, so I'm gonna tell him like 5:15, 5:30 by the time we get there, because that'll be our last stop, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, very good. So all we need is a motion for adjournment.
Motion,
All right, second.
dinner.
Hey, all in favor, raise your hand.
You're here.
Very good.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.